We started this TikTok all about dating, and our goal was, let's take the stress out of dating, let's try and make it far more fun.
Hey guys, welcome to our new channel. It's called Dating Unhinged.
I had a match with someone, and then he said he had another mate who'd be down for a triple date, and we were like, okay. My name's Beth, I am 30.
I'm Molly, I'm 26, in South West London with Beth. I feel like with dating apps, it's finding the best of bad bunch, really. I don't think anyone's kind of got it 100% right that's on the market just yet. I mean, I personally, I think you probably do as well, predominantly use Hinge, just because it feels like the is. I really like the ethos of Bumble and like, you know, the brand and what it stands for and like, you know, female CEO and all that stuff. But the actual app interface is full, like it's really buggy. It doesn't work. Like it's just really slow. So I had it for a while and then deleted it.
Yeah, we both did.
Yeah.
We both tried it and it didn't go well.
Yeah. I think Thursday again is like a really good premise in terms of the in real life piece. But like, I feel quite stressed about the only actually using the app piece for a day. I mean, Tinder just feels scary. I feel like there's often scary people on Tinder.
And then we both were on Raya for a bit as well.
Yeah.
I never met anyone through it. How do you even had any conversations? It was quite dire.
No, I think the thing with Raya is it's great for celebrity spotting, but like no one actually engages on it. Like I feel like when I had it, I would like send loads of messages out and like just no one ever responded. I think I got maybe like one response in the whole like 2 months I had it.
People are on it just to say they're on it.
Yeah.
Rather than actually using it to find someone, I think. We started this TikTok all about dating, and our goal was, let's take the stress out of dating, let's try and make it far more fun. I know that I like Molly, she likes me. So we knew that if we went on a date with 2 other people, at least we liked one of the people there, and then we would hope for the best with the other 2. So we both put on our Hinge profiles that we were looking for people to double date with. And then I had a match with someone, and quite quickly I was like, are you keen for a double date? He was very quickly on board and very keen for it. And then quite quickly he said he had another mate who he lived with who'd be down for a triple date, and we were like, okay. So we were like, we also have some single friends. We sort of worked out that there was 3 of us that we thought would be good matches for 3 of those. Then from there, the sort of chaos started. So Molly ironically suggested starting a group chat, decided we would have some rules in the group chat because we actually couldn't meet for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, it turns out organising 6 people's schedules is actually exactly as hard as you think it would be.
Yeah, it really was tricky. So there were rules at the start. We were only going to talk on Wednesdays.
Obviously, we are doing a pitch of what the triple date idea is going to be. Okay, so everyone look at the
other things there. Can I also do a wild card at the end?
It's worth it.
Just give Beth a wild card.
Let me do a wild card at the end. So similar to the Thursday app idea, we thought we could trial that. Then that sort of fell through pretty quickly, and there was lots of sporadic chat. Some of us met before, so I went on a few dates with the guy that I was going on the triple date with. However, Molly decided
I stuck to the rules that were no one's going to meet before the date, so I didn't meet any of them until the day. Not a rule breaker.
Yeah. And then the date itself, the part of it where we were all there was very fun. We had started the day with a massive house clean. The boys were going to come here before we were going for our activity. Everyone came here beforehand. We played some games, and then it was time for us to go on to the activity, which was the escape room. And then
that unfortunately did not happen for me because our friend Lowry had a couple too many Prosecco's in the game portion of the affair, let's say, and was slightly incapacitated throughout the portion of getting to the escape room. So I very nobly, if I do say so myself, took her to the team and brought her back home because I don't think she would have cracked the escape room, let's say, in the state that she found herself in.
She wouldn't have even cracked getting hold of the 2.
No. So Beth soldiered on with the 3 lads, and very much. Did you want this? Did you got out of this?
We got out of the escape room. Yeah. Some of us had more successful parts of the triple date than others, shall we say. I'm still dating the guy that I went on the date with, but we're all friends now.
It was very clear, like for me and the guy that I was paired with, like, it wasn't really like a romantic vibe from the offset, but like it was just like funny, like, you know, it's just like fun to like meet new people. I feel like when you're like quite settled in like your job and your friendships and you kind of met all of your like friends, you kind of don't have an awful lot of scenarios where you're necessarily like meeting new groups. So it was quite fun to just like have some fun friends knocking around. They live quite close to us as well, so you know, like for like pub quizzes and stuff, like it's just nice to have some friends around to do fun things with. I think mine would be if someone's like really overly like insinuating, if you know what I mean, like sexual things, then I'm like, that's disrespectful.
I'm just thinking of dates I've been on. Someone who's just like such a mansplainer. I went on a date last year, and my job for the past 10 years has been working in social media and influencers. He's never worked in social media and influencers, and spent an hour telling me why all my views on social media and influencers were wrong, and how brands should be running their social media and influencers. So that was very odd. And obviously never saw him again. So I think anyone who sort of, what's another word for like mansplaining? He's like very patronizing.
Yeah, patronizing.
Don't know how he got through the first round of the texting, really.
How he made it to judges' houses.
Yeah. Just someone who from the off knows how to communicate with you. You know where you stand. You know what's going on. You know, you're not waiting 2 months to have a conversation to know what they want and what you want. It's like straight away, it's clear.
You just be like honest and communicative with like where your head's at. I would agree with that. I think as well, just like, yeah, someone that's like respectful, like, you know, if you're setting up a first date with someone and they're like, I'd really like to take you out, let's go to my favorite bar, like, are you free on Saturday at 7, as opposed to like wishy-washy or like last minute plans. And again, like, you know, would message after and be like, I really like to see you again.
Yeah,
that doesn't like play games with like, you know, texting and stuff. Like, I'm not saying you have to text like every minute of the day, but like you've not heard from them all day and then they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, like back-to-back meetings, and it's like, oh, okay, fine. So I think, yeah, just something that's like respectful, whether that's like at the start or kind of what you were saying, like communicating your feelings, like being respectful of someone else's time and emotion, and mature, I think, as well.
I think like a light-hearted type of ick is something that I'm scared people will get the ick with us, because we have a dog. Is I went on a date and the guy brought his dog and he had to pick up the dog poo, and it really is icky behaviour. I know it's good that you're cleaning up the dog poo, but you don't want to watch it.
Well, no, maybe not on a first date. It's not the most romantic thing. I once took Frank on a first date and she peed on the guy.
She peed on me? Do you remember on my set date? Yeah.
More of the story, don't take dogs on first date.
Yeah.
And an ick for me on a date, not specifically about a guy, is, we always joke about this, when, you know, in right, you get to the end of the first date and like walk to the bus stop at the tube station or whatever, and you're like, okay, like, thank you so much, this has been like so great, like really great to meet you, whatever. And then they're like, oh, I'll wait for your bus to come, or like the train, and you're like, oh my god, okay, it's fine. And then they do, and then the bus pulls up and there's just like people going about their daily lives like at the bus stop, like someone's just clocked off from their shift at Asda or whatever, and they're just like trying to get home. And then you have the awkward like, are we gonna kiss, are we not, like, and then you're like snogging at the bus stop, and like the person is just trying to get on the bus. That to me just like makes me feel really awkward inside. So I like, we always joke that like snogging in the street for me is a date, but that's nothing, like, it's not the guy's fault, it's just an issue that I have.
Although she has been known to snog in the street, so
I've had enough cocktails and I've been known to do it, but never out of my own sober free will. Oh, we've got a Pandora's box to open here.
So I went on one date with a guy, went for an activity, went for some drink, nice date. And then maybe the following day, Molly said, I found a puppy I really want to get, but it's in Wales. We were like, how are we going to get to Wales? We looked at the trains, it was so expensive. The buses, if anyone lives in Wales knows, it's an absolute nightmare. So we were like, we need to find someone with a car. And I was like, what about the guy I went on the date with last weekend? He had a car. So somehow managed to convince him to drive me, Molly, and our other housemate Emma from London to South Wales, which all in all was probably an 8-hour round trip, maybe
More like 10, I think.
10-hour round trip to go and buy this puppy from a random woman's house in the middle of the valleys. So that was actually quite a crazy story. We like all got in the car. We were like, so tell us about yourself.
Yeah, it was quite awkward. And then 10 minutes into the drive, he was like, I'm a terrible driver, by the way, I might kill us all. And we were like,
okay. But we made it back. We've got a cute puppy. He's no longer on the scene, but he took us to get the dog.
Yeah.
So we'll always be appreciative of that.
He'll have a special place in our heart.
But nowhere else.
No, not in our lives. My advice would be, and kind of relating back to Beth's point, like, trust your gut. Like, if you don't feel ready, but like people are being like, oh, you should get back out there, you should, go on the rebound, blah blah blah, but you're like, no, I'm like, I want to spend some time with myself, then like trust that. Likewise, if you feel like actually you want to do that, then like you are the person that knows you the best.
Yeah.
So whether that's trusting your gut with the people that you're dating, like dating at all, like how to go about doing it. Like some people really thrive online, other people like do prefer to meet people in real life. Like I think, trust what feels right for you.
Yeah. And similar to that as well, there's no rules there's no timeline of, you get out of a long-term relationship and people are like, you need to take a year, you need to be single for a year. Like for some people, I'm sure that works really well. For some people, 10 years. For some people, much shorter. Everyone's situation is very different. So just because other people, like you said, are telling you this is what you should do, you know yourself the best. And also, dating can be really fun. Like we talk about it a lot, like quite negatively and like jovial on our TikTok page. But we've met loads of nice people. We've met obviously some not so great people, but it can be really fun, and making sure you're doing things on those dates that you also want to do is a really good way, if you live in a city, to, go to all these places that maybe you haven't been to before. Obviously you can go on your own, you can go with your friends, but this is another opportunity for you to go and try some new things too.